BMK 305 Marketing Communication, Lesson 5. Okay, so today's lesson we'll continue with advertising design, and we're looking at the advertising as a IMC media tools. Okay, so in terms of the theory covering advertising is there are theoretical framework approaches in terms of how you design advertisement. So you have the hierarchy of effects model, the means end chain, and the visual and verbal imaging. Okay, so we'll cover the first one, which is a hierarchy of effects model. Okay, basically what the hierarchy of effects model looks at is basically you're looking at the AIDA model, the attention, interest, desire, action. Basically, your whole idea is to come up with advertisement that will catch people's attention, generate interest, and then after that generate a desire in the consumer, and therefore lead the consumer to take action, which is to purchase the product. Okay, so basically hierarchy of effects model will look in the attitude of the cognitive effect, the affective effect, and the connotative effect. That means to say that the brain, if looking at it from a logical point of view, the feeling point of view, the heart point of view where you have feeling, and the other one is basically to look at it from a practical point of view. Okay, then we have another theory that covers advertising. We have this thing called the means and conceptualization of components advertising strategy, whereby the execution framework is basically based on the driving force, the leverage point, the consumer benefits, and the message elements. Basically, you're looking at the product attribute, your consequences of the product usage, or even the personal values and end results for the consumer. That means to say that this is a way you design companies design advertising to say that, okay, this is the leverage point of this product, or this is how you benefit consumers. So they're looking at it from a product point of view. So this is called means ends conceptualizing framework. Okay, and in terms of the visual and the verbal and visual elements, basically companies, marketers basically focus their advertisement on balance, visual processing, make sure that customers have it's easier for them to recall and to be stored in their minds as pictures and words. We have a radio visual imagery, or visual Esperanto, or B2B advertisement. Okay, so in terms of advertising, there are a few advertising appeal that you can appeal to the consumers. For example, advertising that strike fear, humor, sex, music, rationality, emotion, scarcity. Like for example, fear of cigarette. You have this terrible advertisement whereby it can show you that you have lung cancer. And then the other one, you have humor. Basically, you use cartoon in the advertisement. Like sex, they use women. Put them in skimpy clothing. Or you have music, to set the mood of the advertisement. Then you have rationality, appeal to the rational mind of the consumers. Emotion, basically people based on, like for example, like adopt a child, like what this World Vision is advertising in their business. Okay, and we also have like scarcities where, for example, you have a lack of promotion. Let's say for example, like Chinese New Year, you have the McDonald's Hello Kitty promotion, or you have, let's say for example, like McDonald's Prosperity Burger that is only available during Chinese New Year. Okay, next. So in terms of advertising, basically we have advertising strategies in terms of they tackle your cognitive mind, designed to provide information. The effective mind, the effective heart, basically encourage consumer to feel. Cognitive, basically encourage the consumer to do something, or basically to purchase a product. And another strategy is basically strategized by branding. That means to enhance the corporate reputation or the reputation of the company. Okay. So when we talk about the cognitive mind, basically your strategy is generic, preemptive, unique selling proposition, hyperbole, or comparative. Generic basically means there's no brand differentiation. Preemptive basically means do something before anyone else. Unique selling proposition basically means to like for example, like Dynamo, to say that it's a stain remover that you watch on television. They say that is a unique selling point of Dynamo detergent. Okay, hyperbole will be, for example, like like what you watch on television, like Phua Chu Kang, the best contractor in Singapore, and JB, and some say Batam. Okay, and comparative basically means is advertise product price compared between company. Let's say for example, you see advertisement between a comparison between Tesco and Giant, or Tesco and Carrefour, etc. Okay. Then we talk about effective message strategy. You're looking at resonance. Resonance basically means to be number one. Like for example, they use, the number one, you are looking at Roger Federer, the best, the best tennis player. Or you're looking at James Bond, the number one, the world best spy, something like that. Then on the other hand, emotional, we have like for example emotional advertisement, like for example people starving, children starving, children dying in Africa. So all these will tap on your emotions. Okay. The quantitative strategy is basically is an action induced, for example, act now, think later. Okay, this kind of advertisement or promotional support whereby they have advertisement to support another promotional effort that is being conducted by the company. Okay. In terms of branding, we are using branding strategy, for example, brand users, brand image, brand usage, and corporate personality. Brand users, basically the brands are pitched at user. Brand image is basically to pitch at status or image of the company. Brand usage is basically like for example, they use baking soda for a variety of users. You can use it to bake a cake, you can use it to clean the floor, you can use it to remove stain. Okay, or corporate personalities, for example, like in Wawasan, we have our corporate image. We are talking about being we are affordable, we are flexible, so this is called the brand strategies. Okay, in terms of executional frameworks, okay, to present advertising appeal, we have this thing called animation framework, slice of life, the dramatization, testimonial, authoritative, demonstration, fantasy, informative. Animation would be like things like Ronald McDonald's advertisement on McDonald's. Slice of life means it's an everyday situation. Dramatization basically means you have the problem plus a product equals a solution for the customer. Testimonial basically means reinforcement, like for example endorsement from I know famous people or CEO of a company or movie stars, things like that. Okay, authoritative basically means they use research, they use research information to endorse the advertisement. Demonstration basically means you can, like for example, doing sampling, let people test your product, and from there you can get their endorsement or their say in the product. Okay. Demonstration basically means sorry, that's demonstration. Then fantasy basically means to believe in the advertisement, to have a make believe kind of advertisement. Informative advertisement basically they are straightforward advertisement, they are straight to the point to exactly what the marketer wants to sell. Okay. Then we have a spokesperson. Basically, these are endorsement. Normally, endorsement, we have people like celebrities, CEO of companies, expert in the field, or typical person, or a normal housewife that can testify the effectiveness of a particular detergent and things like that. That's what you watch on television. Okay. So in terms of sources of characteristic, in terms of credibility, we are looking at, especially endorsement, you're looking at attractiveness, trustworthiness, similarity, expertise, and likability. Okay, so in terms of principles of effective advertising, you need the company marketeers must make sure that there is a visual consistency, the campaign duration, the length of the campaign duration, the repeated taglines, consistent positioning of the product, simplicity, and is able to identify the selling point of the product, and there is an effective flow. So that is the end of lesson 5, and you continue with lesson 6 on another type of IMC2. Thank you.